A significant event that occurred while I was at school and was very exciting, we got a new library. Our library was just a very dull, boring classroom which had probably 2 shelves of books when I started, but during my time, maybe when I was in about grade 5, I'm not quite sure, they built a new library which was very exciting, and it's now actually being used as the office and the staff room. That was our library where it was first built.
Most significant event for me would be the construction and the opening of Massey Hall, us welcoming and taking care of Archbishop Mark Coleridge. I think that was a fabulous day for the whole school.
Oh, camp.
Yeah, it has to be camp.
Yeah.
There's been like the opportunities to get to go camp.
One of the most significant events that happened during my 5 years here at St Mark's was the opening and blessing of Massey Hall. It was such an amazing event to finally see this beautiful construction that had been building and building and building for months and months to be finally finished and to be opened by the Archbishop. We had lots of past teachers here, including some of the Sisters of Mercy and past principals, and it was just a wonderful day to celebrate.
Was always fiesta, I think, every second year, and it always took a lot of time, and it was really fun because you got to see the result of everything and all our time put together, and it was really fun. And there was poetry festival, and I did poetry a few times, but I didn't get anything, so.
The most significant event for me over the last 5 years was Mr. Montgomery's illness. He had to have time off work, about 6 or 7 months in total, and I had to step up into the acting principal's role, and that was a big challenge, but I was really well supported by the community, so it has left a big impact on me.
St. Mark's Day, and I remember going around with my little sister, Bonnie and Joanna, and we would just walk around the school with our little piece of paper. Then we'll go to classrooms and, we'll play games, so it was really fun.
There was no government funding provided for the schools, so school fees, which were very small at that time, they were all put back into the school. But every Saturday the priests would run a lucky number store at the Civic Centre and another one in Biota Street, and they were helped by a lot of the ladies of the parish. They also collected empty beer bottles that were collected under the church, and at that time you got money for beer bottles, money for any sort of soft drink bottles, so a lot of money was raised through the lucky numbers stall and the bottles and the fete, and that's what was used to keep the school going.
The most significant day for me was when Archbishop Mark Coleridge came to the school, and just to see him with the children, it was just so fantastic in our new Massey Hall.
When this building, this was a library, it opened as a library many years ago, and personally I was involved in that. I was asked, because of my love of gardening, asked to present the bouquet to Bill Hayden's wife as he opened the library.
We went for a whole school picnic down at the foreshore at Wynnum in their pool they have, their tidal pool, and we took the whole school, so it was like a flotilla of buses came and we loaded them all up and took them all down and had a wonderful day on the beach, and then brought them all back, and we actually got them all back, which was good.
It's the building of Massey Hall, which was a $3 million gift from the government, and the amphitheatre, and it was just amazing because we would never ever have been able to afford to build these things without help from the government, and to see the children really enjoy it makes it all worthwhile.
The Man on the Roof. I came to school at about 8 o'clock and Mr. Mitchell was standing out the front. We weren't allowed to enter the school. There was a man on the roof with a piece of iron bar, so I then had to park it in Tungalui, and we then spent the entire morning ringing parents, asking parents to come to school to collect their children. And what I was surprised about was how quickly we were able to make sure that all our children were safe and at home with their families, and that happened by lunchtime, 10:40. So very, very memorable.
Probably the most significant event for me in my 16, 17 years here is that we built this new library. When I came here, first of all, the library was up where the staff room was. And even though it was quite good, we were given the funding for a brand new library that would be very good for technology, and we could have lots more computers into it. So I was told how big this building was going to be, and then I was told I could do whatever I wanted inside it. So I did that, and I had to design it so that the windows weren't too deep, because we knew we had to get a lot of bookshelves and you couldn't have bookshelves covering a book window. I knew we wanted a story corner, so we had a lot of the books arranged so that they created that corner. And we also still wanted a really good area where the children could work at tables or on benches with computers. So for me, the most exciting bit was probably building this brand new library and being able to design it.
My significant event would have actually been the burying of the time capsule, and it was actually in the first year I was here, and I had to find a piece of work to put into the time capsule, and I never in my entire life thought that I would one day be here when they open that capsule, and I can't wait to see what I actually put in it.